Hello all the serial pagloos, if you like my videos, please subscribe to the channel. So we are going to talk about Bhagya Laxmi today. So Bhagya Laxmi begins with what seems to be the standard ITV formula, an extremely innocent girl named Lakshmi. So innocent that compared to her, a newborn baby looks like a seasoned criminal mastermind. After a series of tragic events, including the death of her father, she moves to the city where she meets Rishi, the walking definition of too good to be true. He's caring, loving, supportive, respectful, and practically glowing with saintly energy. Naturally, in TV serial logic, this means he is hiding enough secrets to fill an entire season. The two develops feelings, trust grows, and eventually they get married. So far, everything appears to be normal. Then comes the wedding night, where Rishi's personality performs a faster U-turn than a Formula One car. Suddenly, the sweet, caring husband disappears, and the audience discovers the actual reason for the marriage. Apparently, his horoscope contains a deadly dosh that threatens his life, and Lakshmi's horoscope is somehow the magical antivirus software needed to save him. At this point, what the hell is this? Because somehow, in an age of smartphones, artificial intelligence, space missions, and online banking, the entire plot revolves around the girl's birth chart will prevent this man from dying. And the most frustrating part isn't even the absurd premise, it's the character of Lakshmi. The writer portrays her innocence at such an extreme level that common sense files a missing person report. Every red flag is ignored, every suspicious behavior is forgiven, every lie receives another chance. If someone handed her a document titled "We are clearly manipulating you," she'd probably apologize for reading it. Then comes the classic serial tradition. The moment the marriage happens, half the family suddenly changes personalities. People who smiled yesterday becomes villain today. Logic packs its bags and leaves the building. Secrets multiply again and again. Misunderstandings reduce faster than, rabbits. Reproduce faster than rabbits. And throughout all this shit, Lakshmi continues trusting everyone with the determination of, someone who has never encountered a single dishonest human being in her entire life. So the result is a show that could have been decent drama often feels like a marathon of avoidable problems. Most conflicts could have been solved in 10 minutes if the characters simply had one honest conversation. But if that happened, there would be no 800 episodes, right? In short, Bhagya Laxmi sometimes feels less like a love story and more like an experiment to determine how much patience an audience can lose before the next commercial break arrives. The biggest problem with Bhagya Laxmi isn't the villains, it's that the show keeps expecting the audience to forget what Rishi did in the beginning. This man literally marries Lakshmi under false pretense because of a horoscope problem. He hides the truth, he already has a girlfriend, he continues meeting her secretly after marriage. He allows Lakshmi to walk into a relationship where she is the only person who doesn't know what really is going on around her. And then the show acts as if we are supposed to move on because he eventually develops feeling for her. That's not how a character grows. That's the writer hoping viewers have short-term memory loss. A genuine redemption arc requires accountability, an apology, self-reflection, consequences. But instead the formula here is hero does something terrible, he looks sad, he is deeply hurt, then he saves the heroine once, romantic background music starts, and everyone pretends that the previous 200 episodes never happened. And don't even get me started on the family. The girlfriend walks into the house, manipulates people, creates chaos, interferes in marriage, and somehow half of the family treats her better than the actual wife. At some point, you stop watching a family drama and start watching a competition for who can ignore reality the hardest. Then there's the cousin storyline also. A woman gets rejected, and instead of moving on with her life, the show immediately transforms her into a jealous villain whose entire existence revolves around the hero. Because apparently in ITV logic, women have only two career options: first, sacrificing angel, and second, obsessive villain. Nothing in between. Independent ambitions, personal goals, self respect. What is that? Sorry, those episodes were cancelled. And this is where many viewers get frustrated. The male lead is often treated like the counter of, the center of universe. Every woman wants him, every plot revolves around him, every conflict exists because of him. Meanwhile, female characters are constantly pitted against each other over the same man. It's a formula that's been repeated for decades and it creates drama quickly. But it often reduces women to stereotypes instead of a fully developed character. And Lakshmi herself becomes almost a superhuman in the strongest way possible. She saves Rishi from danger again and again and again, be it from snakes, crocodiles, disasters, accidents. If Rishi trips over a pebble, somehow Lakshmi appears from another district to rescue him. By the time the show is deep into its run, you start wondering whether she's his wife or his full-time emergency response department. The funniest part is that Rishi is constantly in life-threatening situations despite being a rich businessman. Most people worry about taxes and traffic, but this man apparently wakes up every morning and unknowingly enters a new season of Final Destination. And after hundreds of episodes of sacrifice, betrayal, manipulation, tears, misunderstandings, evil plotting, miraculous rescues, and family drama, the audience is left asking one simple question. Could all this have been avoided if people just told the truth in episode 1? The answer is yes, but then the show would have been ended in 3 weeks. The plot changes every few months for the show, but the characters barely change. Lakshmi keeps forgiving everyone, Rishi keeps getting trapped in misunderstandings, Malishka keeps plotting, the family keeps believing the wrong people, and the same love triangle keeps returning in different forms. Many viewers felt that genuine character development was sacrificed to keep the drama running for over 1,000 episodes. So to summarize the show in very brief, Bhagya Laxmi is essentially the story of a woman who spends years saving a man from fate, villains, accidents, family politics and his own bad decisions, while still waiting for the level of accountability that should have arrived around episode 10. One of the biggest problems with many Indian TV soaps, including Bhagya Laxmi, is that women are constantly defined by how much suffering they can endure, rather than by who they are as people. The ideal woman is expected to forgive betrayal, tolerate humiliation, sacrifice her happiness, and remain loyal no matter how badly she is treated. Lakshmi spends years being deceived, blamed, manipulated, insulted, and emotionally hurt, yet the story repeatedly rewards her for enduring rather than for standing for herself. Meanwhile, women who want something for themselves, whether it's love, attention, ambition, or independence, are often turned into jealous villains. The result is a world where women seem to have two choices only: to be a saint or to be a schemer. What's even more frustrating is that so much of drama revolves around the same outdated formula. A husband hides the truth, an ex-girlfriend tries to break up the marriage, another woman becomes obsessed with the hero, family members take wrong sides, and misunderstandings continue for hundreds of episodes. Instead of exploring how a woman rebuilds her confidence after betrayal, pursues her own dreams, develops stronger boundaries, or demands accountability, the story returns to love triangles, extramarital tensions, and endless conspiracies. The hero remains the center of everyone's universe, while the women are forced to compete, sacrifice, or suffer because of him. In Bhagya Laxmi, Rishi's deception before and after marriage should have been a major turning point that led to genuine accountability and growth. Instead, the burden of saving the relationship repeatedly falls on Lakshmi. She saves him from danger, protects his family, forgives his mistakes, and keeps proving her worth, while the people who hurt her are often forgiven far more easily than they deserve. The message that many viewers end up receiving is troubling. A woman's strength is measured not by her self-respect or independence, but by her willingness to endure endless pain without walking away. Imagine how much more powerful the stories could be if women were allowed to grow instead of simply suffer. If heroines could be compassionate without being passive, forgiving without being doormats, and loving without losing their dignity, and strong enough to demand respect from the people they care about. Viewers don't just want women who survive every crisis, they want women who learn from them, change because of them, and refuse to keep accepting the same treatment over and over again. That's the character development that is often missing, and that's why so many people finish these shows feeling frustrated despite being emotionally invested in them for years. If you like my analysis, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.